Hi, watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Bang off from another headlines as usual.
Intel plans to increase investment in Vietnam. Draft revised law on domestic violence control submitted to the National Assembly. Later on, Vietnam calls on Asia to maintain peaceful environment for prosperity.
President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc received representatives of the Association of Korean People in Vietnam on May 27.
At the meeting, President Phúc appreciated the contributions the association has made in recent years to strengthening the two countries' relations and promoting Korean investments in Vietnam. Phúc said in order to lift bilateral trade to $150 billion in 2025, more efforts from the two sides are needed. He asked the association to join hands in the joint efforts. For her part, chairwoman of the association, Chang A-suk, stressed that two countries are enjoying a very good relationship. Korean businesses are very interested in doing business in Vietnam, she said, adding that right after the areas between two countries was reopened, many Korean businesses came to Vietnam to seek investment opportunities. On the occasion of the 30th anniversary of diplomatic relations between two countries, the association plans to organize various cultural exchange activities, the chairwoman noted.
We shall receive updated news, more in the following.
On the afternoon of May 27th, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính received Patrick Johnsinger, CEO of Intel Corporation. The government leader thanked Intel for expanding investment in Vietnam and participating in the process of building the digital government, digital economy, and digital society in the country. Chính stressed that Intel continue to invest in Vietnam and support the country in building an innovation ecosystem and increasing labor productivity, among others. Agreeing with the Prime Minister's proposals, Patrick Johnsinger said Intel highly values the workforce of Vietnam. The group has decided to increase investment in the country in the coming time, which is many times higher than the current level. The Intel CEO praised the business environment in Vietnam, saying that the country is an attractive destination for investors with a dynamic economy, potential market, and many cooperation opportunities.
We have more news coming up next. Let's take a look.
The draft revised law on domestic violence prevention and control was one among draft laws submitted to the National Assembly at its ongoing third session in Hanoi on May 27th. After nearly 15 years of enforcement, the law has helped improve public awareness of domestic violence prevention and control, thus protecting victims, dealing with domestic violence and legal violations, and improving gender equality in families. However, the lawmakers said, despite certain achievements, domestic violence remains a problem. Given this, the amendments aim to improve regulations so as to better protect human rights under the 2013 Constitution. On the same day, the deputies also discussed a report on the draft law on the implementation of democracy at grassroots level in their ongoing third session. The bill comprises 7 chapters and 74 articles, adding many new contents to existing regulations in the field, including those on the implementation of democracy in agencies.
Standing Deputy Prime Minister Phạm Bình Minh has said Asia needs to play a greater role in maintaining and fostering a peaceful and stable environment conducive to development and prosperity in the region and beyond. Minh made the suggestion while delivering his remarks at the 27th International Conference on the Future of Asia in Tokyo on May 26.
Deputy Prime Minister Phạm Bình Minh said countries need to work closely together to ensure the necessary foundation for growth recovery in all countries and Asia at large, thereby ensuring Asia's role as the key driver for global development. Appreciating Japan's important role in Asia's prosperity, he said, as a leading economy of the world, a top market and investor of the region, Japan has pioneered initiatives and is a pivotal link in regional and global economic linkages and value chains. Minh said Vietnam and Japan are extensive, trusted strategic partners of one another. Over nearly 50 years, both sides have made efforts to achieve outstanding growth in bilateral ties. Vietnam and Japan also share many interests. The two sides enjoy great potential in terms of complementarity and mutual support, and shared interest in maintaining peace, stability, and advancing cooperation, connectivity, and sustainable development in Asia and the world. During his working trip to Japan, Deputy Prime Minister Pham Binh Minh paid a courtesy call to Prime Minister Kishida Fumio and met with leaders of Japanese Parliament. He also visited a number of ministers and worked with many Japanese agencies and organizations. At the meetings, the Deputy Prime Minister affirmed that Vietnam always attaches importance to its relationship with Japan. He expressed his wish that Japanese leaders encourage Japanese firms to increase investments in Vietnam and create favorable conditions for the Vietnamese community in Japan. The Japanese leaders also stressed the importance of the relations between two countries. They praised the treatments Vietnam has gained in socio-economic development and COVID-19 prevention, as well as the contributions of the Vietnamese community in Japan.
The S&P Global Ratings on May 26 raised its long-term sovereign credit rating on Vietnam to BB+, with a stable outlook on the back of strong economic recovery, according to the Ministry of Finance.
It is a very positive move when S&P Global Ratings upgraded Vietnam's sovereign credit rating amidst numerous global uncertainties and challenges, the ministry said. Vietnam is one of the only two Asia-Pacific nations that have had its rating upgraded since the beginning of this year, factoring in that Vietnam's economy remains on a solid track to recovery following the complete removal of domestic and cross-border mobility restrictions, outstanding improvement in COVID-19 vaccination rates, and a flexible shift in virus control strategy. S&P Global Ratings anticipated that over the next 12 to 24 months, Vietnam's economy will continue to recover from the challenges caused by the pandemic, which will support the external position and contain fiscal deficit.
Up to 21% of Indian firms operating or intending to operate in Southeast Asia plan to expand their business in Vietnam in the next 2 years, and the ratio is 26% among Chinese enterprises, according to a HBC survey covering more than 1,500 companies from 6 of the world's largest economies, all of which have operations in Southeast Asia.
Regarding advantages of Vietnam, 3 out of 10 surveyed companies pointed to skilled workforce, while 27% cited competitive wage prices and proven economic resilience in response to the pandemic. Currently, 39% of Indian companies stated they were attracted by Vietnam's infrastructure, while 39% of U.S. firms said that they are keen on opportunities to develop and test new products or solutions in the market. Particularly, 49% of surveyed firms, mostly from China, India, and the U.S., said they hope to make use of the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement to strengthen and support their trade activities in the region. Teams Evans, HSBC General Director in Vietnam, said that Vietnam is an example of successful COVID-19 control. The country is rising as a global production hub thanks to the incentives given by the government, especially in the signing of free trade agreements.
Lao Cai province boasts a convenient location along the highway connecting Kunming province in China with Hanoi and Hoi Phong in Vietnam. It has been prioritizing the development of logistics over recent years to bolster goods clearance capacity.
Lao Cai has potential for developing logistics, but due to incomplete infrastructure and poorly performing businesses in the field, the sector is yet to meet expectations. The province has therefore adopted a number of measures to ease bottlenecks.
We have introduced a digital application in customs clearance for goods at provincial border gates, providing convenience to businesses and ensuring transparency. The province has not experienced bottlenecks in recent times.
Lao Cai plans to diversify logistics services and strengthen links with logistic networks in Vietnam, regional countries, and China.
It will also strengthen the application of new technologies to gradually cut logistic costs and at the same time attract more investment into infrastructure development.
Lao Cai holds a major potential in logistics, especially in linking with China. To take advantage of this potential, industries land border crossing like canals, handling policy differences between the two countries, and creating opportunities for logistics to develop.
The province is implementing a project to expand the border gate economic zone to 16,000 hectares with technical, economic, and social infrastructure, becoming a central for goods transshipment and trade cooperation between Vietnam and ASEAN and with China's southwestern provinces.
An ASEAN Film Week will be held from May 27 to June the 1st in Hanoi and from May 28 to June the 2nd in Ho Chi Minh City to celebrate the 55th founding anniversary of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations.
The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism has announced that the event starts with a screening of Vietnamese film Mắt Biếc or Dreamy Eyes at the National Cinema Centre in Hanoi on May 27th. The film won the Golden Lotus Award at the 22nd Vietnam Film Festival. In Ho Chi Minh City, the film will be shown at the CineStar Complex. Mắt Biếc tells the love story of Ngat, a rural boy from Quảng Nam province, and his childhood friend Hạ Lan during their school years. The organizing board has selected 7 films from 7 ASEAN member cinemas, including Dreamy Eyes of Vietnam, The Journey Malaysia, and Pad Thai, The Secret Recipe of Thailand. Admission is free.
Renowned artist Nguyễn Thu Thủy has recently completed a ceramic mural that honors stunning natural heritage in Vietnam and the U.S. and thriving relations between two countries. The mural was created to mark the opening of the Vietnam-U.S. Cooperation Center at the Diplomatic Academy of Vietnam.
It is the second U.S. base in the north, following one at Thái Nguyên University, featuring a wide range of programs such as STEM, English, and the empowerment of women and the young programs. The center is open to scholars, researchers, students, and the public. The Vietnam-U.S. Friendship ceramic mural is 25 meters in length and 1.8 meters in height and was created on the wall in front of the Vietnam-U.S. Cooperation Center with the incredible Grand Canyon as the spotlight. According to Thủy, she and her crew capitalized on all the ceramic mosaic skills that have accumulated over the past 10 years to depict the ever-changing hues of the Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon awaits visitors with its kaleidoscope of colors, such as rust reds, dusty pinks, and purples. Vietnam has a wide range of ceramics that can illustrate the Grand Canyon's changes in a delicate manner.
Featured on the Mosaic are the Temple of Literature's Huê Văn Pavilion, the Capitol Building, Hanoi Lotus Flowers, Harvard University, and Hạ Long Bay.
In stark contrast to the Grand Canyon, with rock strata laying bare for billions of years, are the turquoise waters of Hạ Long Bay and its stunning landscapes.
We had the grand opening of the U.S.-Vietnam Cooperation Center. It's a beautiful space where we welcome people to come, to have meaningful discussions, to learn from each other, to practice English, develop people's soft skills, and prepare for their future careers. We had a special gift today, which is a 25-meter mosaic wall, which depicts iconic images of both the U.S. and Vietnam.
At the inauguration ceremony of the Vietnam-U.S. Cooperation Center, Thủy presented U.S. friends with a painting of the Grand Canyon, which was part of her outline for the mosaic. The mosaic is built as a bridge connecting the two peoples, enhancing mutual understanding and bolstering friendship and cooperation.
And that's wrap up our news bulletin. Thanks for watching. As soon as time.